Obviously, goals tally, assist tally, pretty good this year. You must be happy with your personal season.
Yeah, first and foremost, I think staying up was massive. That was the main target when we found ourselves in the relegation battle. So, firstly, to get that done, a few games to spare was massive for the club. And as I said, yeah, personally to have got 15 and 7 assists, I'm happy with. I would have liked to have got a lot more this year, but I suffered quite a fair bit with injuries and that. So to hit the 15 mark, I'm delighted with.
Yeah, that little spell, wasn't it, around the Christmas period where you struggled to get your games. Do you think you could have got to the 20-25 mark if you'd been able to keep yourself fit?
100%. I think at the start of the year, came back in for pre-season. I think I had maybe 11 goals. By October, I was feeling really fit and strong. Then I picked up an injury against Ipswich and I was playing on it for a couple of months, and then I came out for a couple of months. So that 3 or 4 months affected me quite a lot. So yeah, but hopefully I'll kick on next season and get that number.
I mean, how did you find this year? Because obviously you kind of took up the mantle that Brennan and Morgan had left behind in those wide areas. How did you find that pressure of being the man to replace them in a sense on the wide areas?
Not a problem really. I never really thought of it like that, to be honest. Because last year, when we were playing, if it was me, Brennan and Morgan, or if it was at the start of the year before Morgan, it was me, Brennan and Harry. It never was like a rivalry last year at all. Last year I managed to get a lot of goals as well. So this year I was purely just looking at myself and building on from last season. But obviously, this season I've played a lot off the left. And last year I played a lot off the right. So the managers had the trust in me this year to play me in a position that, I feel I can really do well in and score quite a lot of goals in, which this season I've scored quite a lot of similar goals off the left. So I've enjoyed playing on that side this year.
And the partnership between you and Cohen, especially in that second half of the season, has really developed. How crucial has that been to your success, do you think?
Yeah, I've always said, when I first joined, I think it's really important to build relations with players on the pitch. Lately I've been playing with James, but for a long part of the season I was playing with Cohen. And we got to a stage where nearly every game we were always the more of the threat compared to the other team's right-hand side. And that's just, I know how Cohen likes to play and he knows exactly what I want. So I think in football, if you get relations, it's important. And yeah, there was a spell, after January where we were really causing lots of problems to teams. So yeah, as I said, it's all about building relations with players, and me and Cohen have a really good one.
Is it a bit of a relief the season's coming to an end after what has been a struggle for the team?
Yeah, I have to say it's been a long season. It's been tough, so many ups and downs. And especially considering for the boys that played last season, we had such a little break. It was only maybe 3 weeks off at the end of the season. And last year I played 51 games, and then to have 3 weeks off and then come back into it again and go another year. It's been a long 2 years, I have to say. So I think it and not just physically, mentally as well. Last year reaching the playoff final, this year in a relegation battle. So I think it'll be great for everyone to go away, have a good summer off, and just completely relax and unwind and get ready to hit the ground next season.